Peace and blessings and namaste to all light warriors, workers, and everything in between. It is I, Sophie, today, and I'm coming to you with a few updates. And these updates are to get your blood flowing, to get your confidence back, to get you moving and shaking. Okay, so I'm going to share some things with you today. Okay, and this is just to remind you, chosen ones, that this earth, this new earth, is yours. All right, so let me start off like this. Last week, I applied for a part-time position with the county, okay? And it was basically dealing with low-income families. I applied for a counseling position because, of course, you know, I'm good at that. I counsel people anyway. I applied for a counseling position for low-income families, to try to, you know, help them build escrow accounts, help them get out of poverty, create little plans and stuff for them, and to teach them how to navigate within the systems, okay? And I did the part-time job because I still wanted to work for myself. So I wanted to do two things. I wanted to get a steady flow of income coming in, also do my service to humanity at the same time as I'm trying to build my own self, okay? Now, when I did this, I got the phone call, you know, from the executive director, and I did a little phone interview, and she wanted to know, you know, why I was passionate about it, because let's face it, I never worked in this particular industry before. I have plenty of skills that is cross-trainable, okay? But I never worked in this type of industry before. So she was curious as to what made me decide to apply for it, and I explained to her that I was passionate about the mission. Okay, that I've always been passionate about, you know, women's missions, low-income families' missions, poverty missions, because it's time to balance out the playing field, right? She sends me a bunch of modules, okay, that's going to take about 10 hours to get done, with some skill assessments, and then I had to go through all of these modules explaining what the program does, and then afterwards I had to take some tests, and then I was told to print the results of that out along with my resume to be prepared to come into, you know, the interview today. So for the past couple of days, y'all haven't really heard from me because I was studying. I'm in a field that I've never been in before. I've worked for the county before, and I've done volunteer work for like domestic violence shelters and things of that nature, but I never got paid for any of these positions. I just thought that it was time for me, you know, as I'm building myself, to start also serving again, okay, humanity again, in whatever way that I was best suited. So I get to the interview. I hand them the paperwork, I hand them the assessment, I go through the whole process of, you know, the standard interview questions. Tell me a little bit about yourself, tell me this, that. I hate those questions, okay? Because I could talk about stuff like this for hours. I don't know how to limit that to what it is that you want to hear. You know, are you talking about me personally, or are you talking about my experience? You know, I just hate those questions. So I just started talking to her naturally. I was just authentic, and I told her where I was from, what I was doing, and what I really wanted to do with this mission. Family, by the time I was done with this interview, they offered me a position that was higher than the one that I actually applied for, monetarily and skill level. Not only did they do that, but because I was so passionate about the mission, they turned the program over to me. So now I'm responsible in not only, you know, assisting with building it, developing it, but also grant writing, skills training, developing escrow accounts, going for county commissioners, right back in the government, advocating, okay, for minorities, low-income people, families in crisis, all of that, which is right up my alley, right? The reason why this is exciting is because now I'm starting to recognize the setup. Why this is important to you is because this position gives me access to funding, grants, policies, procedures that are updated that normal people don't have access to. So what I'm saying to you is, as I learn where all of these resources is, how to write these grants, how to get these things done, I'm going to be sharing this information for you. I'm trying to tell you now, God's people have access to this entire earth. I am a witness to you at this moment that you do not have to have all of these credentials to get things done. You just have to have the passion, the drive, and the belief in yourself. That director told me that I had amazing energy, and she said pretty much that she didn't even feel like interviewing anyone else. I'm not even going to talk about the pay. Okay? It's beautiful. But what's also relevant is that I'm going to only work Monday through Thursday. Yeah, they're going to be 10-hour shifts, but they're Monday through Thursday will still leave me Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to handle my other business, the businesses for myself, to still be able to talk and communicate with you, to give you, videos and updates on everything that they have available. But not only of everything that they have already available, but the things that I'm going to develop on my own. As long as it fits within a certain guidelines, I have freedom to do that now. Do you understand me? When I said we have come here to resurrect the dead, when I said we came here to change this world, I was not playing. I came here to change this world, and so did you. So do not be surprised if God places you in a position where you may not have any experience, but you got the passion, you got the heart, you got the intention, you're operating in righteousness. Watch the favor fall over you. I'm here to tell you, go for whatever it is that you are passionate about right now. God's people cannot be stopped. We are going to do exactly what we said we came here to do. And you might not do it in the same way that I'm doing it. You may do it by opening up your own business. Okay? You may have to infiltrate the government. Some of you, Georgia, you, my empress out in Georgia, in politics, becoming aldermen, alderwomen, things like that, so that you can actually put your money where your mouth is. Now, I'm going to have a position where I get to speak once again, and this is not the first time that I've done this, but once again before county commissioners, city planners, council people, pushing agendas, advocating for people, everyday people, okay? Getting them the tools and the resources necessary to better themselves, their families, their incomes. And I did all of this with the favor of God. I walked in there confident, being myself, answering the very simple questions, and letting them know that I have been an advocate for women's rights, low-income families, poverty, disenfranchised workers, my entire life. And though I may not have ever worked in this particular industry, all of my skills are cross-trainable. That director handed me a program of what it is that they were trying to do, put me on that development team, and said, I need you to run with it. What? Family, when I tell you that the sky is not the limit for you, when I tell you we are on this new earth, moving and shaking, I'm saying this so that you can believe it. I am a witness. I am a witness on what favor looks like. I am a witness of what people who, lose things, feel like you have to start all over, feel like you're hopeless. Change that mentality. Because if you lost things and you have to start over, trust me, it's coming back times 10. I'm making more money. I'm getting ready to make more money now than I probably ever have. Okay? And I still have the room and flexibility to still deal with my own business and get that up and running as well. So not only am I working for me, I'm also working for you, and I'm also working for God. Do you understand? We're getting ready to shape and shift this whole reality. Everything that was kept from you will be given to you. And as I learn where these resources are, once I learn how to put them all together, once I understand how to deal with these escrow accounts and teach these families on how to get themselves out of poverty, eliminating debt, getting them house ready, helping them find employment, helping them find education, you think I'm not going to share that with you? I told you I'm here not just for me, but for you. And I want every last one of us to be successful, because that's what we came here to do. Don't worry about if your life has been turned upside down. It's temporary. Everything has always been a setup. Why? Because everything works in your favor, even if it does not look like it. You just have to know who you are and who you belong to. And you just have to go out and do it. I don't care who's telling you what you can't do. I don't care if somebody tells you that you're not qualified. Keep going. Because whatever God has for you is for you. Nobody can take it from you. No one can ever steal it from you. It's always going to be yours. Yeah, we're here to do the damn thing. Excuse my French. I just wanted to let you guys know that this is what's happening. I'm infiltrating the government system now. And I'm going to find resources that is not readily available for you. But it will be. Yeah. That's all I have to say. Oh, no, it's not. One more thing. All sessions, private sessions, readings, and bookings will now have to be scheduled in the evenings. Okay? So when I'm talking about the evenings, I'm talking about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and the latest I could possibly do is 9. Okay? Because I'm going to have my head in the books for a while. But I am going to always stay in communication with you, because we are a family and we got work to do, and we're having a wonderful time doing it. We're getting ready to shape this world. Yeah, one person at a time, one light being at a time, one program at a time. Bless the Lord. I am Sophie. I love you all.